Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. By 2026, the way we build software, choose our tools, and even compete in business could be completely transformed by AI. Today, we're going to dive into a set of predictions that give us a strategic glimpse into that very near future.
Our analysis today is grounded in a really insightful article. It's called 50-ish AI Predictions for 2026, and it was written by Nathaniel Whittemore on LinkedIn. It provides a detailed framework for the trajectory of AI, and that's what we'll be exploring.
So we've structured this overview into 5 key areas. We'll start with the core technology, the AI models themselves, and then we'll see how they're going to change the way we create with a concept called vibe coding. From there, we'll look at the impact on business, the major companies racing for dominance, and finally, the societal ripples these changes will cause for all of us.
All right, let's start with the foundational technology. The predictions for 2026 suggest a pretty significant evolution in AI models. We're talking about moving towards more rapid, diverse, and frankly more user-centric development cycles.
According to Whittemore, the era of these massive, infrequent, big bang model releases like GPT-4, well, it's ending. Instead, what we should expect is a faster, more constant stream of smaller updates. The focus is also shifting beyond just text. The real race is on for true multimodal capabilities, integrating images, audio, and video seamlessly. And it's not just about raw power. Making these tools easy to use through better interfaces is becoming absolutely critical. Lastly, keep an eye on memory. The ability for an AI to actually remember past interactions is seen as the next major competitive moat that all the top labs are racing to build.
And this quote points to a really fascinating shift in how we'll choose our AI tools. The decision is going to be less about which model is technically better on some benchmark test, and more about which one just has the right personality or vibe for the job. That subjective feel is predicted to become a key factor in which AI we actually prefer to use day to day.
This idea of a vibe leads us directly into our second section, the rise of what Whittemore calls vibe coding. This concept predicts a fundamental shift in not just how software is made, but perhaps more importantly, who gets to make it.
So what is vibe coding? Think of it as the concept of building functional software not with complex programming languages, but through simple, natural language instructions. This could effectively democratize development, allowing people without a technical background to create their own applications.
Now, this evolution is predicted to unfold in about 3 stages. First, we'll probably see people creating what's called ephemeral software, small, disposable apps for personal, one-off tasks. This then enables a whole new class of AI app entrepreneurs to build and sell hyper-specific software. And the final stage? Well, this becomes a major disruptive threat to established website builders like Wix and Squarespace. I mean, why build it yourself when you can just describe what you want to an AI?
Okay, now, let's turn our attention to the enterprise. These advancements in AI models and vibe coding aren't just for individuals, they are set to fundamentally transform the corporate world and, it seems, widen the gap between competitors.
The prediction here is pretty stark. A significant divide is going to form. Companies that lead in AI adoption will compound their advantage, using it not just for efficiency but to create entirely new products and revenue streams. In contrast, the laggards will fall further behind, likely struggling to get any real value from just dropping generic AI copilots onto their existing workflows without a deeper integration. This growing divide really raises a critical question for every single organization out there. How do you actually measure the impact? How do you know if your AI strategy is succeeding or if it's failing?
This leads to a predicted paradox for 2026. On one hand, it's going to be the year of the dashboard, where benchmarking and ROI become top priorities for enterprise AI strategy. But on the other hand, it'll also be a kind of Wild West environment. There won't be any agreed-upon standards for measuring that return on investment, which will force companies to experiment with tracking everything and anything just to find what works.
Broadening our view now, let's examine the competitive landscape at the highest level. The race to dominate the AI space involves a handful of major players, and each of them is facing some pretty unique challenges and opportunities as we head into 2026. The outlook for the key players is quite varied. For OpenAI, its biggest challenge is predicted to be its fragmented focus, trying to juggle consumer products, enterprise solutions, and that long-term goal of AGI, or artificial general intelligence. Anthropic is expected to really solidify its lead in AI for coding, attracting even deeper partnerships. Grok from xAI
is going to need a major differentiator to avoid being just another also-ran in the space. And, very interestingly, Meta is predicted to re-emerge as a serious AI contender.
So for our final section, let's look beyond the corporate and technological spheres. The impact of AI is predicted to create significant ripples across all of society, culture, and politics.
Several fascinating societal trends are predicted for 2026. We can expect to see a counter-movement. The rise of artisanal non-AI, maybe with certifications for human-made goods. The huge energy footprint of data centers is expected to become a mainstream political issue. On a more challenging note, it's predicted that most corporate layoffs will be attributed to AI, either directly or perhaps as a convenient excuse. And in creative fields, the concept of fair trade AI will likely emerge to push for more ethical use and fair compensation.
So, as we look at all of these sweeping changes, from vibe-based models and democratized coding to that widening enterprise gap, the central question really remains for every professional and organization. With these shifts on the horizon, are you actively building a competitive moat, or are you at risk of falling behind? Thank you for watching this overview. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. To continue learning with us, please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. If you found this analysis valuable, we also ask that you like, comment, and share this video to help us reach more professionals preparing for the future.